Good afternoon everyone, AsaQr is here with you, and today in Mobile Hero Wars we're going to take a look at episode 10 of Talismans. Watch this video to the end to enter the prize drawing and get resources for level talismans. Subscribe to my channel or help reach 5,000 subscribers on my channel. I would appreciate it if you ask your friends to subscribe. The temporary talisman event took place from May 23rd through May 25th. I've been preparing the tier list of all characters and taking a bit of a break from videos, so I'm catching up now. This event was a resource called a talisman, which becomes available when the hero reaches level 120. There were 6 talismans available in this event for Amira, Julius, Mushy, Oya, Helios and Peppy. In this video, I won't tell you the mechanics of leveling talismans and when to flip characteristics and when to stop. Instead, let's focus on the accessibility and usefulness of the talismans for each particular character and discuss a bit about the characters themselves to whom they were introduced. This series of talismans is notable for the fact that 4 heroes out of 6 have an ability tied to their faction. Exactly the same number of heroes are very strong in the current balance, so interest in this series of talismans is heightened. Let's start with Amira. The new health talisman is certainly not what everyone was expecting, but it's surprisingly useful for her. Magic attack as a talisman characteristic for her would be perfect, but we have what we were given. Amira is a fairly vulnerable mage, judging by her health stats of nearly 300,000 and armor of 56,000. She was easily dying to Kayla and even Galahad while being in the middle of the team. Certainly the new talisman has added density to her, and she is now more protected than before, so it will do her good. Julius became the owner of an armor penetration talisman. Obviously, this tank is one of the most unusual and strongest in our game, and any characteristic other than crit and armor penetration would make it noticeably stronger. To avoid this, the developers gave the cat a useless characteristic, in any case slightly increasing his physical attack by 6,000 and health by 80,000 at the expense of strengthening its main characteristic. So whether we like it or not, Julius has gotten stronger, if only by a pinch. An unusual talisman gets Mushy and Shroom. Apparently, developers have serious plans to make this hero a tank, judging by the class they put Mushy in, plus skin for health and now a talisman as well. In any case, the armor won't help her in order to put her as a tank in the first line, but with this talisman she will survive shocks easier, while in the second line, Oya finally got a talisman for the chance of a critical hit. This is very good news for this hero, as her key abilities, ultimate and third skill deal physical damage and can crit. Critical strike chance talisman increases the already considerable amount of this characteristic that Oya already has. Ideally, of course, to see she have armor penetration, but crit is very good too. Helios gets a talisman to magic armor penetration. This is a unique talisman for him, as this mage's concept is built around his density and the defense of the team as a whole. That's why Helios doesn't have magic penetration parameter in his equipment items, artifacts, skins, and symbols, and he really needs it, especially when there are no magic penetrators in the team with him. After all, his abilities do a fair amount of magical damage. Of course, Helios will not dramatically increase his position after being given this talisman, but now it is more pleasant to use him against crit heroes. And finally, the last talisman that was introduced with this part is a magic attack talisman for Pepe, and certainly almost the most useless mage in our game gets a talisman with the most useful characteristic. This is competently done for at least some possibility to raise Pepe's functionality, but she still needs a rebalance, and as soon as possible. The new talisman affects all of her abilities, but her abilities as such are not as interesting as other damage dealer mages or mages with controls. Of these 6 talismans, the most attractive got of course Oya, and all the other talismans also, with good characteristics except Julius. I was hoping that this was the penultimate ultimate part of Talismans, and there would be one part left for the remaining 3 heroes, Aiden, Orion, and Isaac. But how wrong I was. It turns out that all the heroes in our game will not be limited to one talisman. The developers have already prepared new second talismans for Heidi, Dante, and Chaba, and they will be available along with the above 3 remaining heroes. There is no end in sight to such improvements in the power of heroes, and it is hard for me to predict how it will affect the balance of all heroes as a whole. But still, as an idea, I'll do a full-fledged tier list review on the first talismans among all the heroes, who to level them to first. But that would be after the introduction of talismans for Aiden, Orion, and Isaac. Meanwhile, for the 5 of you, I'll help you get more resources. Participate in the giveaway right now, the point of which is to simply leave a comment below this video with your in-game account ID. The main requirement for participation is also to subscribe to my channel and like this video, so subscribe. The more you are waiting for a large number of unique videos, the winner will be chosen randomly. The results will be announced very soon. I will reply to the winners in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you soon.